now. Put the
Have you seen that replay, buddy?
Alright, man, I'm done talking to you.
You can't be done talking to me. You're right here facing me.
I back. Trust me, I back.
Dana! 60 G's, baby!
But I'm not impressed by your performance.
It's normal. Come on, guys. It's normal.
You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing.
I'm the man of the hour, Joe. Too sweet to be sour. What you see is what you get, and what you don't is better yet. I'm the women's pick. I'm the men's regret. And if you win against Chael Sonnen, you made a bad bet.
I don't have much left to say other than you have seen nothing yet.
You are muted, son.
Ooh, mute is king, as always. And it wasn't me today.
Fucking intro, man. That intro there got me. That intro there got me real good, man. What's happening, Fight Week Show fans? Fight Week Show people, then we're back with another episode of Don't Stop Shakedown. And joining me are my boys. We got Olin in the house. We got McDane. We got Cross and Yao. How you fellas doing? Let's start with Cross. How you doing today, my bro?
Man, I'm doing good. Ready to chop it up with the boys, man. Always look forward to getting on here with you guys, and let's get to it.
Yeah, man. Yo, I did your fuck up. I emulated it today. You know what I mean? I came in with the mutes. But how you doing, my bro?
Look, all I can say is I got the trucker mustache like Strickland because he managed to go 5 rounds with my boy DDP. Let's go. Dust up, shakedown.
Yes, sir. Olin, how you doing, sir?
Man, another beautiful day in paradise. You know me. I'm always smiling, always happy to be here with the boys. And I gotta say, Yao, you are just doing it real big with that mustache. You rep it better than Strickland ever could, my friend.
Yeah, bro. You're right about that one, man. Like you said, he carries it well. And McDane, Mr. New Computer.
Mr. Back in Business, boys.
Mr. Back in Business.
I was buzzing. Honestly, I walked into the shop and hugged this thing. I was like, oh my God, where have you been? You know what I mean? Like, for the last week and a half. And then everything I learned from downloading Adobe a couple of weeks ago or signing up to Adobe has gone out of the window. I had to message Leroy before. I'm like, bro, you're going to need to give me another tutorial again because I forgot everything in the time that I've not been able to do it. But hey, we're back. The show must go on. So let's rock and roll and get carried into this bitch.
100% the show must go on. And salute to everybody that's locked in on live, everybody that's locked in on playback. If you're watching on playback live, make sure you're jumping in, following all these guys, making the walk, S-Dogs, MMA crossover, Head Kick Pod, MMA normally, the Rambling Dad. You know what I mean? Make sure you're showing love to all these guys and their platforms. Now, we've got some videos to go through this week. A lot's been going on. And this is on the aftermath as well of 312. So we're going to see a few of this video that Leroy has put together. He shot us today. We got 4 videos, but we have to add more to it. You know what I mean? Leroy, man, get your shit together, bro. Okay. We got this first video right here. Let's see what they're saying, and I'm going to come to you guys to get your take. Here we go.
Hamzat offers 1 million rubles to anyone that can submit him. Hamzat Chimaev has demonstrated he's a smashing machine on the ground. Well, now the undefeated middleweight has proclaimed he'll give anyone 1 million rubles if they can crack his defenses on the mat as well. Chimaev has buzzed the MMA world on account of his powerful takedowns, vicious ground and pound, and of course his nasty chokes. Case in point, Boers crushed several of Robert Whittaker's teeth with a choke attempt this past October. Well, it's being reported that at a recent press conference for an ACA event, the Chechen fighter said this: "Anyone who submits me during training gets 1 million rubles from me. It hasn't happened in a long time. When I'm fooling around with young guys, I give up my neck, but when we have a serious grappling match, I offer 1 million rubles to anyone. Let them come to the gym and try. Who came closest to submitting me? The guy sitting next to me, Vagayev. I won't point fingers or it'll be his moment of fame." This prompted MMA reporter Yogi Kokashvili to call for a grappling match between Chimaev and Roman Dolidze. What's interesting about this is that back in 2023, there was a report from BJJ.com that Dolidze and Chimaev had rolled at Extreme Couture in Vegas, and that Dolidze caught Boers with a leg lock. The story cited Merab Divashvili as the source. All that aside, Dolidze has also challenged Chimaev to fight in the octagon. But given that Borges is ranked number 3 in the middleweight division and is expected to fight for the belt next, that scrap probably isn't happening anytime soon.
Okay, I'm gonna come to Cross. Is Wolves Boss's biggest fan. What are you thinking about this challenge that Chimaev has put out in terms of somebody submitting him in a grappling match?
Personally love it. I mean, if you think about it from a marketing standpoint, it's phenomenal because it gets your name out there. It's going to get casual people that don't know anything about the game interested because just there's money on the line. And then on top of it, his fans and then the detractors are going to have something to say. So I absolutely love it. I think it's smart and it only gets you in the news, and marketing is such a big part of the fight game.
Thank you, Owen, for doing that maths.
Hey, I was about to ask, how much is 1 million rubles?
Yeah, to go see what that is. And then when it
big numbers guy, big numbers guy.
When it threw one around with young men, I was like, pause. Obviously, we're in the middle of that clip, so it couldn't be said.
Yeah, Magdane, let's stick with you, man. I mean, we now know what 1 million rubles is. It's not really that much for somebody that gets paid in dollars by the UFC. You know what I mean? I thought really put your money where your mouth is, man. I offer $1 million. You're gonna see a line of queue in front of that gym trying to roll in and get their shot submitting balls. But do you think that, in terms of his submission game and stuff like that, and we've seen what he's capable of doing, do you think he's batting more than Ekuchu there?
By calling out Dolidze or just anybody in general?
Anybody, because there's a lot of BJJ technicians out there that would fancy their chance.
If it's, I think it depends how much time they've got and what the rules are around it. If it's just grappling, or there's a lot of people that can snatch that up and probably snap his neck. Yeah, I mean, but there's also, if you think about it, if he's sticking to his weight class and within the division, and what does that look like? That little week of he had his neck taken, like that's Rolls. Yeah, I mean, Rolls can always go one way or the other. It's not always going to be him absolutely dominating somebody. But it could also be a sign of he can get caught. Yeah, I mean, he is an elite grappler, but everybody can get caught once in a while. So if he wants to put out something for people to come and get $10,000, then I'd watch it.
Yeah, man.
Would you try?
But a try for 10 minutes.
I was just gonna come to the man that like to challenge fighters on some crazy shit. You know what I mean?
I'll sign that wafer. Yeah, I'm like, woo, get me in there.
But you only get the money if you submit him. Even I wouldn't take that one.
Bro, you should see my X guard, bro. I'll take that leg. I'm taking that ankle home.
I mean, Olin, you got something on this?
If I catch that brother in Del Heaver, he's not getting away. I'll just tell you.
I do. I mean, the worst thing about this, honestly, I agree with Cross in the factor that it is great for business. It's great for building fans and getting new eyes on you as a brand, right? But you're also opening up the ability for somebody to come and poke holes in the kind of impenetrable persona that you put on, right? Because if somebody like a Ty Ruotolo stepped up, he'd murder this guy, with all due respect. He's a BJJ phenom, and I only think he needs 30 seconds, to be honest with you. He'd get on a heel so fast, it would be embarrassing, because the kid is just deadly slick. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, right? Great to build fans, but also playing a bit of a dangerous game here. Even if he sticks to his own weight class, that's just one person that's in his weight class. If he's saying he could do this against anybody, guys, we don't even need to have the conversation about what Gordon Ryan would do to him.
Right. And this is what I was trying to say. There's a lot of very astute BJJ practitioners out there that would really fancy their shot at submitting him, because I think, just calling out to the general public, there's a lot of dangerous motherfuckers out there, man. And I know it's one thing getting into the UFC and having the popularity and the platform to be able to make these sort of challenges, but there's some unknown people out there. I mean, Francis Ngannou talks about this all the time, that people think I'm a bad guy. You need to go to the sand mines in Cameroon and see some bad individuals, man, that look way more jacked than I am, can fight better than I do. But he got the chance and he got the popularity, and that's why everybody reveres him. So, there's a lot of crazy people out there, man, and people will fly from any part of the world to come and take this challenge. 10,000 rubles, I mean, 1,000,000 rubles, $10,000. It's a lot of money to some people, and who knows? I would love to see it happen, though. I would love to see it happen. I remember speaking to John Gooden. Shout out to John Gooden on the Fight Week show, and he said, because he trains with Cross. I forgot the name of the gym eludes me right now. Cross something gym, right? He trains with them, and he trains with them quite often, right? He said he trained with Chimaev, had a little grappling situation with him, and he's never felt so scared in all the time he's been training and practicing BJJ. And he said, listen, I'm not a novice like that, but when I was, in there with him, grappling with him, he felt like he had his life in his hands. It felt like Chimaev could just end him like that at any time, and was just literally kind of throwing and taking it easy on him. So for somebody that knows at least some level of the sport like that and feeling like that in an engagement with Chimaev, I think it's something that I would like to see. If it came to materialize, man. Chimaev, I want to see him lose one of these fucking fights. I lost 20 pounds to McDane and I'm still fucking hurting from it.
Just to add to it, I mean, let's say hypothetically, like this offer brings all these BJJ guys that want to go and train with Hamzat, right? It's only going to make him better in the octagon because now he's going to find out where he's vulnerable at, how to defend things, and it's only going to make him a more dangerous martial artist. So I absolutely love it.
Do you think you could get a new coach? You could get a new coach from something like this?
Possibly.
Yeah. Look, I mean, if you sub me, I will definitely take your advice and let you possibly be in my corner with all due respect.
Yeah. My first question, Cross, is this 10,000 rubles from the crypto scam? Like, where's the money from?
Yeah. Shouldn't it be refunding them people?
I don't think it's going to make his game any higher. We've seen what he already does on the ground. It's just a waste of time. So I don't see it getting him better. As a marketing ploy, yes. But he's already a phenom on the ground. Why would he need to excel even further there? It just means that he's going to be weaker somewhere else that he does really need help. So for me, I don't see him going levels and levels. He's already at that level on the ground. But as marketing ploy, sure, offer someone 10K, probably pay them 5 for you to submit them, and now everyone's happy. Cool. Don't tell me I
He's just gonna be able to use that against DDP when they fight.
The captain said,
that's what I think is the whole point of this.
The thing is, how do you fight against someone who just falls on top of you and suddenly has you? It's not technique, and that's the thing. The more technique you get, the less likely you are to beat DDP. Because you're going to be expecting technique to come, and then it's something else. You're like, wait, hang on. I didn't train for this.
That's on the feet. It's different on the ground, man. Like all that awkwardness and all that, it does one thing on the feet, but when it goes to the ground, he's gonna get drowned.
And let me tell you guys something. Look, if you don't think that DDP has what he needs to beat Hamzat on the ground, you're sadly mistaken. I advise you to go back and look at the quartet that he actually joined on short notice and ended up soloing a team of 5 Gracie Barras, literally in one sitting. He subbed all 5 of them. He had 4 people in reserve that never even saw the mat because they didn't need to. And you think one Hamzat's going to beat him?
Absolutely.
He actually has good technique on the ground. People are sleeping on his technique, brother.
Cross will die on this hill, boys. You honestly wait.
That's very unfortunate. I'll be at the funeral, brother.
Hey, it's all good. I'm just preparing you guys so y'all won't be all surprised. I'm just getting y'all ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Cross has made his bed, and
Cross is wanting a little bit of side action on that. I think. Yeah.
I was going to say, I feel a bet coming on.
Yeah.
I feel a bet coming on. Couple shots, a little money, maybe a push-up video or something. Flex those buys.
It's illegal where I'm not allowed to do it.
Oh my God, this is crazy. All right, let's go to the next topic on the docket. Big up everybody live right now. Make sure you're showing some love and engage in the chat. Big up Aussie Fight Fan. He did say in the chat that McDing just put up earlier on that Sydney was a letdown. I don't know if it was a letdown like that, man. There was a lot of good fights on that card. There's a lot of I don't know if it was a letdown. I like the card. I think the card was really good.
First three fights got off to a flying start. Then the Tapology fight happened and it kind of slowed it down a little bit. You know what I mean? And then it came to Bruna Brazil that just sucked the air out of the room because it was just terrible. Like, she did not turn up. She did not want to fight. And then it kind of picked up again a little bit more as it went on. And then when we got to that Jimmy Crute fight, damn, you seen him have the best round the best round of his career, son. Like, that shit was wild.
That shit was crazy.
The second round was even better. Got far more competitive, and then that third round they were both just gas. But
I mean, the Nolan fight, the Tom Nolan fight was crazy as well with Bolshev. You know, that was a
really Zoo versus Steel.
Dog of the week, buddies. Dog of the week, buddies.
Yeah, you know, that was a really good fight. But yeah,
that's also like one of 3 men that actually looks good with a mullet. Like, he looks like a mullet belongs on his head. Barry walked up across the TV and she's like, wow, that guy actually sports a mullet really well. Like, I feel like that's the hairstyle for that guy. And then you have Tom Nolan and you have Jimmy Crute, like 2 of maybe 3 men that exist that a mullet belongs on.
I reckon Cross and Yao could pull off a mullet.
Yeah,
I'm here to see, especially Yao with that mustache. Yeah, I actually need to see the mullet now.
Yeah, I like Aaron Jeffrey with the mullet, man. I think mullet looks all right on him as well, man. Aaron Jeffrey, Bellator fighter.
Yes, 100%. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I think it carries it well as well. Shout out to Aaron Jeffrey. Okay, let's go on to the next video. This one here is a funny one. Let's get to it.
Paddy Pimblett reveals next UFC fight. Paddy Pimblett has reported several times in recent weeks that his next fight will be announced soon, and in a recent video from Paddy's YouTube channel, he dropped a huge clue as to when it'll be. Paddy has not competed since July, when he choked out Bobby Green in jaw-dropping fashion. More recently, Pimblett has said he'll be returning to the cage soon, and in a recent video that went out via his YouTube channel, Pimblett said his next bout is 10 weeks out.
I've got an opponent and it just needs to get announced. Getting right back into it, started the diet yesterday, 10 weeks out, so I'll make weight easily.
The belief was that UFC 314 will take place on April 12th in Miami, so many are speculating that this means Pimblett will be heading to Florida for his next fight. During UFC 312, it was announced that UFC 314 will go down indeed in Miami, Florida on that date. Initially, there was extensive speculation that Pimblett could have been booked for the UFC's next card in London, England. But that card is set for March 22nd, so unless Paddy posted an old video yesterday, he's likely to be on UFC 314. So who could he fight? A couple of days ago, Michael Chandler posted a palm tree emoji, which has prompted some to wonder if he could be fighting at UFC 314. Could that mean that we're gonna see Pimblett and Chandler throw hands at the event? It seems possible for sure. Chandler has said that he'd be down to fight Paddy, but do you want to see Pimblett fight Chandler? And if not Chandler, who do you want to see the baddie face next? Now recently, there were also rumors that we could see Pimblett and Dustin Poirier get after it. While talking to Jim Rome recently, Poirier was asked about the possibility of fighting Pimblett, and he said this: "That's an interesting fight, but not for my retirement fight. It's legends only, man. Even the biggest Pimblett fans shouldn't be offended or surprised by these comments. Poirier has nothing to gain really by fighting Paddy. They've never fought before, and Poirier is ranked higher. They don't even have any reported issues really. So we're still playing the waiting game as far as who Poirier will fight in his retirement scrap."
Okay. Yeah, McDane, I'm gonna come to you first on this one. As somebody, you're looking forward to UFC London, and we're seeing reports Paddy could be on it, he might not be on it. I mean, what's your whole take on where Paddy goes next and who he could be fighting next? How some of those guys that they mentioned there in the video.
He's definitely not going to win UFC London. He's definitely going to win UFC Miami from the looks of things. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's 10 weeks out now in that clip, so that lines up for UFC 314. So he's definitely going to be there. Obviously, you had the Poirier call out there, and Poirier even came out on Twitter or maybe Instagram and said, "No, I'm not interested in that." As the video just pointed out, like, why would he go for that fight? as a retirement fight, it just doesn't make sense. He's going to go for a Legends fight. He's going to go for something that he can go out and his shield on and hopefully get a win. You know what I mean? And get that perfect career-ending story that a lot of fighters seem to chase. You and Jax talked about it when you guys did the show together the other day, or the video that he's made. A lot of fighters, when they get to this age and they're coming to retirement, are looking for that for too long, trying to, like a Tony Ferguson, as you boys spoke about as well. I mean, trying to get that perfect fight. Dustin's going to line that up, and whether he gets the win or not would be interesting to see. But it ain't going to be Paddy Pimblett. As for Mike Chandler,
yep,
I'd watch that. I'd watch that. See you at the top, son. You know what I mean? Paddy's sitting now, what, 12th, 13th or something in the rankings. He's 12th. Rafael Fiziev's been out for a while. Renato Moicano has just fought for the title. Benil Dariush was supposed to be fighting, and God knows what's happening with him. Mateus Gamrot, could it be him? Would it be Mike Chandler? Isn't going to be Hooker because we know he's against Gaethje. Therefore, ain't going to be Poirier because he said no. Gaethje's off the table, and it ain't going to be Charles Oliveira or Arman Tsarukyan because if anything, those two might have to have a second fight.
I like the name you mentioned there, Dariush. I like the Dariush name you mentioned there, man. You know what I mean? And I think that's. I mean, Olin, let me come to you. Let me come to you on this one. As a Dustin Poirier fan as well, and seeing Dustin shut down, you know, that whole situation there. What do you think? Who do you think Poirier is going to end up fighting next? And what do you think for Paddy Pimblett as well, especially with the name I just Magdane just alluded to him, Benil Dariush?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be Benil Dariush. I think they'll give Dariush somebody that's ranked in the top 5. He, you know, they paid him his show money for a reason. They respect the guy. He's a company man. He always says yes and signs that dotted line. And I mean, you said it. I'm a big Poirier fan. I'm rocking the fucking "Don't Be Silly, Jump the Gilly" shirt, baby. It ain't gonna be him. If you think it is, you're silly, right? It's just not gonna be Dustin. Who I do think it will be is, as McDane alluded to, look, man, I think it's gonna be somebody who, at a very young age, learned how to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. And he'll see you at the top. If he can't fight Conor McGregor, who can't get his house in order, then he's gonna fight the Wish.com version, Paddy Pimblett. He'll see him at the top, and it'll be a UFC 314, baby.
You ain't got no Michael Chandler on that soundboard?
I don't need it.
No, you did a good job of that little impersonation there. I liked it. Cross.
What happened to all the rumors with Michael Chandler and Arman Tsarukyan?
I don't think they're going to give Arman that kind of fight. I think they'll make Arman fight somebody that's outside of the top 7 after what happened.
Yeah, true, but I also don't think they should be giving Chandler that kind of fight either. Considering
Chandler doesn't deserve it either.
If he beats Arman, he's talking about title. He's talking about title shot.
Why should he get the one more fucking fight and then going for a title shout again? Like, why? Yeah, I mean, he just got absolutely dominated until like the 5th round against Charles Oliveira. Like,
yeah,
no,
I agree. He shouldn't be looking at. But Cross, I mean, you got something on this?
For me, I'll kind of, before everything all happened, man, I really wanted Paddy to fight Money Moicano. I thought that just would have been a really good matchup.
Yeah.
Good matchmaking. Now there's a guy in lightweight that hasn't fought in a while, coming back from injury, and he needs a fight. And that guy for me is Rafael Fiziev. Like he needs a fight. That's who we need to get a fight.
I think the last time he fought was actually in London too. Justin Gaethje at 286. I fell asleep during that fight.
No chance you fell asleep during that fight. No chance. Oh well, it was like 4 a.m.
No.
No.
This was regular time, regular TV for the UK fans on 286. That it was a 304 one that they'd done a stupid time. My problem was too many narcotics. not enough of the right ones. Not enough of the right ones. And being up since stupid o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, crazy.
And drinking all day. Yeah, I mean, actually, it was halfway through the fight, and I heard people from Twitter shouting my name from behind, and I woke up and turned around like, what? Oh, there's a fight. Oh shit.
All right. I'm gonna come to you next on this next topic, yeah, because there's not a lot left on that Paddy conversation there to go with. But I'm gonna come next to you after this next video, since you're the lawyer. Let's go.
Joaquin Buckley calls out Conor McGregor and Marvin Vettori for comments. Following Conor McGregor's most recent controversy on the comments made about Khabib and his choice of words, Joaquin Buckley is calling him out. Not only that, Buckley is asking questions about the MMA community and has made it clear